Bailey Zappe, a guy that came in last year and had some flashes, had some moments, and it's clear he did enough that Coach Bill Belichick, based upon what he said 17 days ago in Arizona at the league meetings, there's a competition between Zappe and Mac Jones in 2023. Here's Bailey Zappe from yesterday talking about this opportunity that he has to win the starting quarterback job in New England.
You know, if my opportunity presents itself, like I've been saying, I'm going to take full advantage of it. I'm going to do everything I can to help the team win. You know, that's really all I can say from that standpoint. That's Coach Belichick's decision, whatever he decides. But if the opportunity presents itself, I'm ready and take advantage of it.
Spoken like a true Stepford Patriot. I mean, would we expect it to come out any other way? And, you know, you've given me a hard time about the white spot on my neck. Look at the white spot on Bailey Zappe's neck. I meant to say something about that the last time we showed this side-by-side where they really do look alike. I mean, they came off the Stepford Patriot assembly line together. The only problem is Mac Jones has a defect in the wiring that causes him to create a little more chaos in the organization than Bailey Zappe does. But, you know, there aren't many open competitions anymore in the NFL at quarterback, but there's usually one or two every year. It's not a major thing, but for a team that's struggling to keep up with the rest of the division, this is the biggest question hovering over the Patriots. And, of course, Bailey Zappe is ready to go compete and try to earn the job.
Yeah, I mean, yes, and he said all the right things. You're right. It was a typical Patriot answer. He had Bill Belichick, you know, standing on his shoulders. He was thinking about his answer for that question. I don't, you know, hey, New England, everything's a competition. I mean, they don't ever just let anybody have, like, free reign to think you're the man unless you're like, yeah, Tom Brady in your prime or Gronk in your prime, right? Mac Jones, I fully expect him to be the starter, right? But is he going to get, like, you know, what do they say, carte blanche, where it's just like, oh, you can do whatever you want, or he threw 3 interceptions in an OTA practice and he's guaranteed to be the number one quarterback the next week in OTAs? No, not necessarily. He's got to stay on his game for sure. It's a big year, but I still think Billy O'Brien's brought in there, and you know, what they want to do as an offense, I still think is formulated around Mac Jones. I do. And I think his skill set is definitely a level above Bailey Zappe. That's for sure, to where I don't think it'll be much of a competition per se, Mike.
It's not carte blanche, but it's
not,
close.
Okay.
You get points for effort. It's
Okay.
carte blanche.
Carte blanche.
I think you're a little twisted up from laissez-faire.
Maybe, yeah. Why do I want to always add on that carte? I don't know why I want to add that tay on the carte blanche. Okay. And I don't even know what does that mean? What the hell does that mean? I'm not even sure. Just a word or a phrase I throw out there. Free reign? Clean slate? Okay.
I think blanche I think is white. I think it's like a blank page, like a white page.
Okay, gotcha.
It's French.
Right.
We'll look it up during the break, and then we'll forget to mention it later.
Okay.
If anyone knows what carte blanche means, and
email
can confirm
Florio.
It's not carte blanche, please let me know, Florio at ProFootballTalk.com. Regardless, the guy with the blanche neck, Bailey Zappe, he's got a chance to be the starter this year. I still think it'll be Mac. I don't know. There's Shakespearean stuff going on in New England. Some of it's bubbled up. Some of it hasn't.
Right.
Some of the folks around the league who try to stay in the good graces of Bill Belichick are saying there's nothing to see here. There's plenty to see here. There's something going on, and it makes for an interesting season. We had all those years where the Patriots were dominant. This is a year where they are just struggling to stay afloat as they get pushed down by the Bills, the Jets, and the Dolphins. And, it's going to be a fight for the Patriots every step.
It is. Would it be crazy, though, the AFC East? I mean, we certainly could see 3 teams in that division go to the playoffs. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw 4. I wouldn't. I'm not going to count the Patriots out of the playoff conversation. We saw what they did last year with, lack of a better way to say it, a shit offense. The offense is going to be better this year. And that defense is still got some players on it. So, as much as we still go, and they're not sexy and exciting, and we don't expect them to dominate, I don't know, Mike. I still feel like they're going to be a player or a nuisance in the AFC for sure.
By the way, there is a better way to say that. There are better words. There are other words you could use. And And I do have to disclose.
Yeah.
Peel back the curtain.
Right.
For the first time ever,
Right.
I did get some feedback from higher-ups about our propensity to drop the periodic S-bomb. First time ever. So at least they're listening.
Okay.
I think part of it was we're doing it to see if they're listening. They are. So maybe in addition to a copy of my book that I sent you, because you will learn some words in there that you already know. Kid has learned sometime. Kid learned before he was on Regis Philbin's show. Maybe I should buy you a thesaurus so you won't have lack of a better word. So you will be able to come up with something that is socially acceptable but still gets your point across. And the point you're making about the AFC East and how good the teams are, remember, one of the key ingredients is who you play. And we looked at the Jets schedule a few weeks back because I was fascinated by the tug of war that's going to happen among the networks for Jets games when they get Aaron Rodgers. They play all the teams of the AFC West this year, and they play all the teams of the NFC East. Now, a couple of years ago, that's pretty good. Not with anymore. The Cowboys, the Giants, the Eagles, and whatever the Commanders are going to be, who knows. So I think it makes it harder when you venture out of the division. It's hard enough in the division without round robin, home and home. Now you go out of the division, you're playing 8 teams, nearly half your schedule against the AFC West and NFC East. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to get 2 teams in the playoffs in the AFC East this year.
You're right. I mean, that doesn't sound like a division or a schedule where you go, they can make 4 into the playoffs. I mean, and we know the AFC. I mean, crap, the AFC North, that's stacked too. We certainly can look at it right there and go, there's 3-4 playoff caliber teams just in that division where you'd go, I wouldn't be shocked if any of them were in it. Maybe the Steelers are the one team I look at to go, I don't know. They got some rebuilding, but still, they're the Steelers. They're going to be there. AFC is loaded right now. But I do expect it to be Mac Jones. He is still the top 15 pick. He did lead them to a playoffs as a rookie. Last year he had an injury, and they were there last game of the year with a chance to beat Buffalo. Really? I mean, gosh, if it isn't for special teams in that last game, I'm not so sure they might not upset the Bills, who were kind of floundering towards the end of the season there. But regardless, hey, it's definitely a question. And like we said earlier this week, it's a big year for Mac Jones. It's a big year for the Patriots in general. It's a big year for Bill Belichick, and that his legacy has taken a little bit of a hit, I think, in some people's eyes, not mine, but you still want it to end on a high note here, and I think we're coming down the tracks here of the last year, 2, maybe 3 of Bill Belichick's career to where I know he's got pride and competitive nature into him to where he doesn't want to go out on a bad note or on a bad football team.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.